Okay, ayun, it's recording na. Let's proceed to the next item. Diba? Again, no? It is an unconditional promise in writing made by one person to another, signed by the maker, engaging to pay on demand or at a fixed or determinable future time a sum certain money to order or to bearer. That is a promissory note. It is not yung good for, it is somehow a promissory note, but it is not the technical term appropriate for the definition provided or description provided on first item that we have. Yung current liabilities, it is just a classification of a liability. While derivative, it is a different accounting concept that later you will encounter. Okay? Sige. Let us proceed to the next question. Note payable shall be measured initially at fair value plus transaction costs that are directly attributable to the issuance of the said note. Again, note payable shall be measured initially at fair value plus transaction costs that are directly attributable to the issuance of the said note. Okay, the correct answer is false because a note payable shall be measured initially at fair value but minus transaction cost. Diba itong concept na to, paulit-ulit po natin ito na i-encounter on any kind of liability. Either accounts payable yan, note payable yan, or bonds yan. That it must be measured initially at fair value minus transaction costs that are directly attributable to the issuance of the said note. So the correct answer is false. Okay? Oh, di ba? Pangatlong beses ko na itong tinanong in relation to liability. Okay? Next question. If the note is irrevocably designated at fair value through profit or loss, the transaction cost is considered expense immediately. Again, if the note is irrevocably designated at fair value through profit or loss, the transaction cost is considered expense immediately. The correct answer is true. Again, parang pangalawa ko na ito itinanong yata that any liability that is designated at fair value through profit or loss, yung transaction cost niyan, okay, iko-considered outright expense. 'Di ba? Outright expense. If the liability is designated at fair value through profit or loss. Pero if not designated at fair value through profit or loss, the transaction cost is a deduction to the fair value of the said liability. Okay? So, next question. The amortized cost of note payable is the amount at which the note payable is measured initially minus principal repayment plus or minus the cumulative amortization using the effective interest method of any difference between the initial carrying amount and maturity amount. Again, the amortized cost of note payable is the amount at which the note payable is measured initially minus principal repayment plus or minus the cumulative amortization using the effective interest method of any difference between the initial carrying amount and maturity amount. The correct answer is true. Okay? Very clear naman po sa tanong. Okay? Katulad din lang kasi ito ng bonds that the note payable is measured initially minus any repayments or payments on the principal value. And we need to add or deduct whatever amortization that we have, and the amortization must use the acceptable method, which is the effective interest method. Okay, so yun, that's true. Next question. On September 1, 2023, Life Company issued a note payable to a national bank in the amount of 1,800,000 bearing interest of at 12% and payable in three equal annual payments of 600. On this date, bank's prime rate was 11%. The first interest and principal payment was made on September 1, 2024. On December 31, 2024, what amount of interest should be accrued as interest payable?
Besh, let's go! Let's go, girl! Tip ko Bakit ba pa just na po? Alam mo na, let's go! Sarap na kaya idea. Ano pa rin na naman yan? Besh, nilagay ko ng mata!
Mga kaya nga kung may sport, pero di ka magamit ang mamuta.
Ano ka magkakantang na technique?
Okay, the correct answer is 48,000 pesos. Okay. Now, that is 48,000 pesos. Okay, paano po na-compute yung 48,000 pesos? That is simply deducting muna. Diba? The principal value was 1,800,000. Diba? 1,800,000 as of September 1, 2023. Then nagbayad po tayo ng September 1, 2024 ng 600. So 1,800,000 minus 600, magkano na lang po yun, guys? Magkano na lang?
1,200,000.
1,200,000. Okay, that is 1,200,000. Okay. From from September 1, 2024 to December 31, 2024, that is how many months? Okay, that is
Four.
that's 4 months. Okay, yung tinatanong lang dito ha, yung hindi pa nababayaran na interest ha. Kaya bakit sir 4 months lang yung i-consider? Because from January to August, bayad na yon. Binayaran yon, di ba? Okay? Binayaran yon. Yung interest doon, binayaran. Okay? So, that is 1,200 multiply at its stated rate. What is the stated rate, by the way? Magkano po stated rate natin on the note? It is 12%. It is 12%. Okay, that is 12%. So 1,200,000 times 12%. That is how much? That is how much?
144,000.
That is 100.
44,000.
144.
1,000 po.
Yung 1,200,000
Yes po.
times 12%.
Yes po.
Okay. And then multiply by 4. Kasi 4 na buwan. Times 4. Then i-divide by 12. Ilan po ba yung sagot na lumabas?
48,000.
That is 48,000. Okay. So the answer is 48,000. Okay. Let's proceed to the next question. Malaya Company bought a new machine on January 1, 2023 and agreed to pay an equal annual installment of 600 at the end of each of the next 5 years. The prevailing interest rate is 12%. What is the interest expense on notes payable? Again, what is asked here is the interest expense on the notes payable.
Uy, ikaw lagas ka di ka nakapalagas.
Ano pa, di ko ba hindi ko magkita ko. Ikaw, kay ko ang ba?
Hindi ako lugi.
Yung buwas, ano?
Kasi ano, nag-aayos ka man.
Kaya rin, di ba sa...
Tumaano mo man yung spare table.
Ay, wala pagpadayon makako.
Spare table shoes na nyo. Gusto mo ba?
Yes. Balang mo yan yun? Hindi ka kayo mo, may waring banana. Hindi ka na sigurado. Nakinig ko na lang. Hindi na ako nakapoy.
Eh, saan ako papalit mo susunod?
Kaya mas mag-drop na yun. Once a year na din. Tapos ba yun? Pero kayo siya.
Okay. Worry. Bukan kasi sa kaila ko man big benefit.
Pagyan ko na din. Maganda nakakapay kayo kasi nakuha mo.
Okay. The correct answer is 259,200. Okay, paano po natin nako-compute itong 259,200? Take note, hindi po binigay kung magkaano yung value ng note. Okay? And this is a note issued for a non-cash asset. Okay? Okay? And if a note is issued on a non-cash asset, the fair value of the note will equal to the present value of the future cash outflow if there is no cash price provided. Okay, take note ha. If no cash price provided, the value of the note is equivalent to the present value of future cash payments. Here, we are going to pay 600,000 at the end of each of the next 5 years. So we have 600,000 for 5 years na babayaran. Yung problema mo na lang ngayon is how are you going to present value that? Obviously, you will use the present value of an ordinary annuity at 12% for 5 period, which is 3.6. 600 times 3.6, that is how much? 600 times 3.6, magkano po ba?
2,160,000.
That is 2,160,000. At the end of 2023, the interest expense that we will recognize is 12% of the 2 million, magkano yan? 2 million ano ulit?
150,000.
Okay, what is the 12% of 2,160,000?
2,592.
2,592,000.
2 million ba? 2 million.
259,200.
259,200.
That is 259,200. Okay ha, mayroon po akong sinabing principle dito ha. Okay, on this kind of problem. Okay, next question. On January 1, 2023, Molin Company sold land to Glory Company. There was no established market price for the land. Glory gave Molin a 2,400,000 non-interest bearing note payable in 3 equal annual installments of 800,000 with first payment due on December 31, 2023. The note has no ready market. The prevailing rate of interest for a note this type is 10%. The present value of a note 2,400,000, note payable in 3 annual installment of 800 of interest is 1,989,600. What is the carrying amount of the note payable on December 31, 2023?
Ron, anong imong schedule na safe and emergency?
2:30.
2:30 to every
Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays.
May mga miss dahil.
Okay, the correct answer is 1,388,560. So, paano po yun? Di ba? Kanina sa true or false, meron akong sinabi that um, the carrying value is determined by obtaining first the initial measurement minus any repayments plus or minus, okay, on amortization using the effective interest method. Tama, di ba? I told you that. Di ba? Do you remember that item? Guys? Guys? Do you
Yes,
remember?
sir.
Okay. So, i-apply natin yan ito dito ngayon, no? Okay. So, the non-interest bearing note face value is 2,400,000. And what was the present value of the note based on the problem? It is 1,989,600. Tama? Tama ba?
Yes.
Oh, if you're going to compare 2,400,000 to 1,989,600, magkano kaya yung discount on notes payable? Magkano po yung
410,400.
magkano?
410,400.
There's 410, 400. At i-amortize po natin yon using the effective interest. Ngayon, magkano yung amortization after a year? Okay. Kunin niyo muna yung 10% ng present value ng 1,989,600. What is the 10% of 1,989,600? What is the present value? What is the 10% of 1,989,600?
198,960.
9,896,960.
Okay, take note ha. Yung 1,989,960 ibawas nyo sa discount na na-compute natin kanina. Magkano yung discount na na-compute natin kanina? That is 400, 10, 400. Ibawas yan. 1,989,60. Ibawas siya doon sa 410, 400. Magkano? Magkano na lang yung discount on...
211,40. 440.
Okay, okay. Take note of that, ha? Take note of that figure. Okay. The principal value was 2,400,000. Tama? Tama? Diba? Tama ba? Di ba? Yun yung total value ng note, 2,400,000. Right? Guys, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Meron po ba tayong binayaran at the end of December, at the end of 2023 from the 2,400,000?
Yes, sir. 800.
Oh, so ibawas iyang 800 from 2,400,000. Magkano na lang yung note? The remaining
1,600,000.
1,600,000. Okay, so that is the principal value remaining, tama? That is the principal value remaining on the note. And then, magkano yung discount natin na na-compute as of after amortizing? Magkano na lang yung discount daw? 200.
11.
11,440.
440.
And that discount must be deducted to the 1,600,000 ba yun? Na
Yes,
na-compute
sir.
natin. So,
Yes,
i-deduct mo. I-deduct nyo. Magkano na? Magkano yung remaining carrying value as of December?
1,885,600.
560.
Oh, 'di ba? Parang pareho lang siya on the amortization of impact of bonds, tama? Yung pagkakaiba lang is merong effective rate, may nominal rate, 'di ba? Ito talaga dito, yung yung market rate, 'di ba? Yung prevailing interest rate lang yung ginamit natin. Okay? But the amortization way is same. Okay? So, were you able to catch it? Yung point ko on the notes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, good. Okay, let us proceed to the next item. When a note is issued solely for cash, the present value is equal to the cash proceeds. The correct answer is true. If the note is issued for cash, ibig sabihin you issue for cash, you want to loan for cash, your present value is equivalent to the cash proceeds that you receive. Okay? That's very true. Okay? So let us proceed to the next question. The non-interest bearing note is issued for property. The property is recorded at the cash price of the property. On the other hand, when a property or non-cash is acquired by issuing a promissory which is interest-bearing, the property or asset is recorded at its purchase price. Okay. If non-interest bearing note po yung in-issue for a property, the property, yung property, is recorded at its cash price, no? The property na bili natin because we issue a non-interest bearing note. We will record the property at its cash price. Okay? While if you are going to, on the other hand, when a property or non-cash asset is acquired by issuing a promissory note which is interest-bearing. Yung kanina, non-interest-bearing ha. Yung tinutukoy doon, yung property ha. Okay. Not the note. How are we going to record the note? Yung tinutukoy po doon, paano i-record yung property na binili mo by issuing a non-interest-bearing note. So you need to record the property at its cash price. On the second statement, okay, how are we going to record the property if we issue a note that is interest-bearing? You need to record it at its purchase price. Okay? Take note, ha? Take note po. Okay? And then, okay, take note of this as well in relation to this statement. The difference between the cash price and the face value of the note, the cash price and the face value of the note, it represents, no? Okay, on non-interest bearing. Ito ha, on non-interest bearing. The difference between the cash price and the face value of the note is assumed to be or presumed to be the imputed interest of the note. Pag sinabi pong imputed, ibig sabihin, kasi this is non-interest bearing, in substance, there is interest, but in form, there is not. There is none. No? Kaso, under substance over form, di ba? Even if it is non-interest, there is an interest there. So, once you compare the cash price to the face value of the note, whatever differences, it is presumed that it is the interest imputed. Okay? Naka-incorporate na agad sa face value ng note. Okay? Nakukuha, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sige. Let us proceed. An entity shall measure initially a note payable not designated at fair value through profit or loss at face amount. The correct answer is false because it must be at its fair value minus transaction cost. Okay. Di ba? Hindi po at face amount. Kundi we measure the note not designated at fair value through profit or loss at fair value minus transaction cost. Okay, so that ends our basic discussions on notes payable. Okay, yung iba kasi, yung effective interest, ganun pa rin naman yon. Yung non-interest bearing to compute the present value, kung ano po yung ginawa natin on the bonds, ganun pa rin naman yon. Yung dinagdag ko lang is yung mga principles na importante on notes. Okay? Okay? So, yun. Any questions? Guys? May tanong? May tanong ba?
None, sir.
None.
Okay. So, kung wala, okay. 17 is the Christmas party of the school, no? Tama ba? So, if 17 is the Christmas party of the school, can we have our exam on Wednesday? Midterm? Guys? Hello? Guys?